Hello my friends, it's Gabriel with the Last Huntsman Outdoors here. Just going on a little hike, got the little mini Huntsman with me here, and I'm just going to do kind of a quick little rant talking about knife prices. And I know there's kind of some things like back and forth on this knife is too much or that knife is too little and blah blah blah, or that's just cheap and whatever. Now, I'm going to come at this from, a couple different angles here. First of all, I do not believe in this communistic idea that anybody should tell anybody what they should charge for their labor. The other thing to that is it's not like anybody's holding your hand down and forcing you to click and buy a knife. So if you feel like a knife is too expensive, for example, you don't have to buy it. As a matter of fact, I keep saying some people going on like, well, I could buy 10 Moras for that, or I could buy, all this and such for that price. Okay, good. Do that. If that's all you want and that's all you need, then go buy some mass-produced, POS whatever knife. See if I care. And you know what? Hopefully it serves you well. My thing is, I see a lot of people, they'll go buy, 15, 20 different knives all in a short time frame and brag that they were all cheap, but for the same money, they could have just saved up and bought something much nicer that would last them a lifetime. So that's just something else to kind of think about. Also, something else to really kind of think about here is, where is the knife coming from? Who's making it, and what's the quality control like? Sometimes when you're buying a more expensive knife, for example, you're not just buying the materials. I think a lot of people focuses too much on the steel choice or the materials specifically. And that might be part of it, but more so what you're buying is the quality control and fit and finish. For example, I think knife company that I went with for my model, very good knife company. I think you get amazing fit and finish and quality control for the money. We'll throw out another example though, using a same or similar type of steel, Winkler. I personally don't think you get very good quality out of Winkler for the money. Nobody's holding my hand down and making me buy a Winkler knife. I won't buy one anymore. I've had a couple of them and was not very impressed with either of them and sent them both back, quite frankly. Or, my opinion here, I won't buy a Benchmade. One, because they're anti-gun, anti-knife, and they're scumbags, and they're a scummy company. I don't want to give them my money anyways. And even when I did find out that they were pushing anti-gun crap and even going against knife rights, you know what I did? I took the Griptilian out of my pocket, took it outside, smashed it with a sledgehammer, and never had a Benchmade since. But that being said, kind of little side rant there, I don't think Benchmade's quality reflects the price that they want for one. But here's the thing, it's not up to me to tell anybody what they should or could charge for a knife. The glorious thing about the knife world right now, and the entire knife genre, there's a lot of options. Oh, you don't like a Benchmade? Okay, go get you a Vosteed. Guess what? You're probably going to get a better knife for the money. in all honesty. But, just a quick little rant that nobody's forcing you to buy any particular knife. And if you find one that you want that has really good quality, but it's just out of your price range, just ran face first into a spider web for a second there. But if you find one that you want that's, a little out of your price range, maybe instead of buying a whole bunch of cheaper knives, maybe it's worth it to just save a little bit of money and get that one Grail knife. If you told me, hey, I could have 20, cheap ass Moras, or, a couple cold steel SRKs and a bunch of Funko Pops and whatever stupid crap, or I could just save my money and get one, Schwarz or Reef or even Very Good Knife Company, or, even SE or something like that. I would rather just save my money and have that one knife that's going to last me a lifetime. But that's just my opinion. Sometimes, you got to do what you got to do and go from there. Now, I'm not even saying that cheap knives don't have a place too. I have a bunch of cheap knives. I've reviewed, like the Beavercraft model. I have shown the SRK several times from Cold Steel. And I think for someone just starting off, a cheap little knife like that works perfectly fine. And kind of relating back to my one rant too, if you take care of the knives, a lot of times they're going to outlast you anyways. So there's that as well. So this is just a different angle. I know I see a lot of people that's like, oh, I would never spend $150 or $200 or whatever for a knife. It's like, well, don't buy one that's that expensive then. Nobody's making you. But you can't expect a guy in a one-man shop or a small company to hand make something here in the United States and pay Chinese prices. I mean, you wouldn't want to work for, $5 an hour for your time and labor. So why would you expect somebody else to? But just a quick little rant. As always, be prepared, both physically, spiritually. God bless, and carry on.